Okay. Yeah, yeah.
And now I'm asking you, will you be with me? Will you see me through? When the world is harsh, can I count on you? We have come this far, now it's up to you to be there. For this you don't understand. You ask why I feel so strongly about holding up this love in front of everyone around me, because I am asking you, will you be with me? Will you see me through? When the world is harsh, can I count on you? We have come this far, now it's up to you to be there. For this every day we're beaten up or killed for simply showing that we've reached inside ourselves and found the deepest love we've ever known. Can we depend on you? Will you be with me? Will you see me through? When the world is harsh, can I count on you? We have come this far, now it's up to you to be there. Will you be with me? Will you see me through? When the world is harsh, can I count on you? We have come this far, now it's up to you to be there. For this will you be with me? Will you see me through? When the world is harsh, can I count on you? We have come this far, now it's up to you to be there. I stood up for you, knowing I might never you be with me? Will you see me through? When the world is harsh, can I count on you? We have come this far, now it's up to you to be there. I stood up for you, knowing I might never have a chance to show my heart in ways that others learn to take for granted. And now I'm asking you, will you be with me? Will you see me through? When the world is harsh, can I count on you? We have come this far, now it's up to you to be there. For this you don't understand. You ask why I feel so strongly about holding up this love in front of everyone around me, because I am asking you, will you be with me? Will you see me through? When the world is harsh, can I count on you? We have come this far, now it's up to you to be there. For this every day we're beaten up or killed for simply showing that we've reached inside ourselves and found the deepest love we've ever known. Can we depend on you? Will you be with me? Will you see me through? When the world is harsh, can I count on you? We have come this far, now it's up to you to be there. Will you be with me? Will you see me through? When the world is harsh, can I count on you? We have come this far, now it's up to you to be there. For this will you be with me? Will you see me through? When the world is harsh, can I count on you? We have come this far, now it's up to you to be there. I stood up for you, knowing I might never have a chance to show my heart in ways that others learn to take for granted. And now I'm asking you, will you be with me? Will you see me through? When the world is harsh, can I count on you? We have come this far, now it's up to you to be there.
Good morning, Cedar Lane. I'm Reverend Abhi Janamanchi. My pronouns are he and him, one of the ministers honored to serve this loving, resilient, and justice-seeking community. Visually, I'm a South Asian Indian man in my 50s with dark hair and a graying mustache, wearing a blue turtleneck, dark blue pants, and a vest with a rainbow chalice pin. At Cedar Lane, we are a religious community where love works. We strive to explore the eternal, nurture community, build a more just world, and embody beloved community. Whoever you are, whomever you love, wherever you are on life's journey, whatever your beliefs, gender identity, sexual orientation, economic circumstance, documentation status, or disability, know that you are welcome to bring your whole self here. And yes, that welcome stands strong even after this challenging election season. If you're new or still feeling new, we would love to connect with you. Please raise your hand if you're here in person, or introduce yourself in the chat if you're joining us online. Do we have some newcomers here? Yes. Let us offer our newcomers a warm Cedar Lane welcome. Following the service, we invite you to join us for some fellowship and conversations, an opportunity to connect and deepen relationships within our vibrant community. And if you have been attending for a while and are considering joining our religious community, we would love to have you. Please see Reverend Ali after the service, who will be able to assist you with signing the membership book. And if you need support, our caring ministry team is here for you. Please feel free to reach out to Carol Rogentine, our caring team leader today. Thank you, Carol. And John Gubbings, who is also here holding it together. Thank you, John. And now in the spirit of love and community, let's take a moment to greet one another. Turn to your neighbor, offer a warm hello. Hello, neighbor. Please rise in body and or in spirit to sing "There Is More Love Somewhere."
I Good morning.
Morning.
I'm the Reverend Ali Casey Bell. My pronouns are he, they, or my title, Reverend, and my first name, Ali. I'm a dark, brown-skinned, black man who is trans and neurodiverse, and I'm in my late 40s. I have a small beard and a faint mustache, and I have short black and gray coily hair. I'm wearing black glasses and blue, gold, and red Ghanaian dashiki and black pants. I'm wearing a turquoise and purple patterned stole.
This morning, as we gather in the wake of an intense and challenging election, we look to the words of the Reverend Egbert Ethelred Brown, an early black Unitarian minister whose voice and ministry spoke to resilience in the face of adversity.
Ordained in 1912, Reverend Brown knew deeply the struggles of his time, the frustrations, disappointments, and the tremors of hope and faith.
Today, his words remind us that even when our spirits falter and our faith trembles, we can return to one another, to this sacred place, to recommit ourselves to peace, justice, and the transformative power of love. Let us hear his words as a call to our own hearts.
As we face a troubled and puzzled world, we too are troubled and puzzled. As our fond dreams remain unrealized and our bright hopes of yesterday wither in the bitter disappointments of today, our courage fails, our spirits droop, our faith trembles, and frustrated, we bow our heads in despair. Nevertheless, we come to this hour of worship in this sacred space. And as we seek to recommit ourselves to peace in our time, may we first be at peace with ourselves and one another. May we know that without love, there will never be peace. Teach us, therefore, to love.
Hello, I'm David Devlin Foltz, your worship associate this morning, and my pronouns are he, him. I'm a white, cisgender, heterosexual in my late 60s. I have brownish hair, glasses, a short white beard. Today I'm wearing black pants and a black shirt in recognition of the grief I have felt this week and today. As Aaron and McKenna Wigginton come forward, yay, come forward, indeed they do, come forward to light our chalice, I invite you to share the chalice lighting words you'll find on the screen and in the order of service. Well, come on up. And John and Rachel. Okay, why not? We are many. Please rise. We kindle this chalice to honor the courage of those who have fought for freedom, resilience of those who have pursued justice, and the passion of those who have built beloved communities. May this flame carry forth the light of hope, strength, and love, reminding us of our power to continue their legacy. Thank you.
Own it. Reverend Abhi, I noticed we have our wonder box this morning.
That's right.
I wonder what could be in it.
Well, shall we have someone come up and wonder what it is inside? Come on up.
I think it's a panda.
Oh, you have a prediction, huh? I think you might have seen me put it in there. Can you take it and show everybody what it is? Aw, it is a panda, a giant panda. And you know what our panda's name is? No? It's Tavi. So we're going to tell a story about Tavi. You want to put him right here so people can see him?
Thank you.
Adorable. Thank you so much. Once upon a time, in a small village, there lived a wise old panda named Tavi. Tavi was the one everyone turned to when they felt worried or overwhelmed. He was gentle and calm, and his heart was full of kindness.
One day, a group of young ones came to Tavi with a question.
Tavi, they asked, sometimes, especially when scary and bad things happen, we feel nervous and our bodies feel wiggly and we just feel all these big feelings inside. Can you help us calm down and feel calm again?
Tavi smiled warmly, his soft eyes twinkling. "Ah, my dear friends," he said, "I'd be happy to share some simple ways to find peace within. Some of these practices can help unlock a river of calm that flows inside each of us, helping us feel safe and steady again."
Let's begin, Tavi said, with something called 5-finger breathing. You hold up one hand in front of you and spread your fingers apart.
Let's try this together.
Yeah. With the other hand, you take your pointer finger and place it at the base of your thumb. As you trace up the side of your thumb, you breathe in slowly. And when you reach the top, you breathe out as you trace down the other side. Let's keep going. Breathe in as you go to the top, and breathe out as you go down.
The children followed along, moving slowly up and down each finger, breathing in as they went up and out as they went down. And with each gentle rise and fall, they felt calmer and more relaxed.
Tavi continued, you can take this with you anywhere you go. And you can keep doing this right now if that's what's helping you.
And now, Tavi continued, let's try the humming bee. Close your eyes and take a deep breath. And as you breathe out, hum softly like a bee, like a bee. Feel the gentle buzzing in your chest and throat. Let's try it.
Then Tavi added, if you'd like, you can also hum the sound Om. So let's try that together. Take a deep breath, and on the exhale, gently hum Om. Om.
Then Tavi said, we can also say Om Shanti, Shanti, Shantihi, a blessing for peace in our hearts, in our community, and in our world. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
And now let's close with the cooling splash game, Tavi said with a little twinkle in his eyes. Imagine you're a fish in a cool stream and gently splash some cool water on your face and your neck. The coolness refreshes us, bringing calm and energy to our body and mind.
Let's try it. The children giggled as they splashed imaginary water on their faces and each other's faces. Yeah, try it. Feeling awake and joyful, Tavi looked at their calm, glowing faces and he smiled. Remember, he said, creating peace inside can help us feel steady and strong, no matter what's happening around us. And that peace can grow into joy, a joy that cannot be shaken or taken from us.
The children felt a warm happiness rise within them like a light shining bright. They thanked Tavi and skipped away, ready to share this newfound joy with their friends and family.
And so the village became a place where children and adults alike learned to find peace and joy within, among, and around all of them. The end.
Amen.
Thank you, children, and Jenny and Susan, for bringing us a moment of joy. Are there remaining seats in the balcony, folks? There are a few. For folks standing in the back, if you'd like, there is room in the balcony just up those stairs, if you'd like. In the choir loft. Yes, sorry, not the balcony. Now, indeed, empty seats down in front. All right, logistics aside, let us center ourselves and enter this moment, calling upon all the sources of love within, among, and around us. We gather here in sacred space, creating a sanctuary amid life's challenges, a place where we can draw strength to face those challenges with courage, hope, faith, and love. Within our Cedar Lane community, we remember Bonnie Cochran, 84 years old, who passed away peacefully on November 1st, surrounded by her family at Asbury Methodist Village. We hold Emily Melgren's father, Ken, in our hearts as he enters hospice care. Our caring extends beyond Cedar Lane to all those impacted by war, violence, calamities, and climate disasters in our nation and around the world. As we mark Veterans Day, we give thanks to all who have served in our nation's armed services, past and present, and their families. Let us remember that each person called to service is a beloved soul. If you are a veteran, active duty, or have family members who have served, I invite you to rise so we may honor your service. As we close this time of sharing, I invite you to come forward and light a candle to honor the joys and sorrows in your life, knowing they are held within our sacred community. Please feel free to come forward as we hold this sacred time together.
precious and holy one, known by many names and none. We lift our eyes up to the hill. From where does our help come? For we are seeking answers, Spirit, as we feel uncertain, afraid, angry, and confused, devastated after the events of this election week. We seek a way to channel these feelings, to actually feel them, not bypass them, and then to be called again to who we are. Help us to see the humanity of those who have not seen ours. Remembering that we are a people who hold the worthiness of all at the center of who we are. Let us look to our universalist ancestors and remember that love is all-encompassing and salvific in its existence. We know deep down that our strength comes from each other. Our strength comes from our connection, from the ancestral wisdom of joy as resistance, from our children who remember to play in the face of all that keeps us, that tries to hold us away from our rights, from their questioning and understanding of truth and justice, from nature that illustrates that life flows on regenerative and repetitively. Let us remember that this is just this time, not all time, and in time, we will once again rise and begin anew, continuing to hold the rights of all of us as important and imperative to our survival. And with that, we close our prayers, calling in peace, Om Shanti, Ashe, Amen, blessed be, so be it, let's get to it. As we enter the silence together, you are invited to rise in body and or in spirit to speak the names of loved ones you hold in remembrance or share their names in the chat. Olivia Ward. Yusef Bell. You may be seated.
The offering we take each Sunday is a sacred ritual. It's as essential to our gathering as lighting the chalice or raising our voices as we just did so beautifully in song. It's a way of saying yes to all that Cedar Lane represents, a reaffirmation of our commitment to worship together, to care for one another, and to serve our wider community as a place of refuge, compassion, and action. Today, our offering is shared with Action in Montgomery, a multiracial, multi-faith organization that builds power and drives meaningful change across Montgomery County neighborhoods, congregations, and schools. Raise your hand if you're involved in AIM here at the congregation. Yes, so please do reach out if you want to learn more after the offering. Since its founding in 2000, AIM has empowered people to advocate for affordable housing, universal pre-K, climate action, and more. Cedar Lane, as a founding member, has proudly partnered with AIM in its vital work. And regardless of election outcome, AIM's mission remains unwavering: to build a county and a state that are sanctuaries of solidarity and support, where equity and justice are real and democracy serves all people. On November 17th, AIM is organizing a statewide action for a just democracy in Columbia, Maryland, in solidarity with our most vulnerable neighbors and recommitting to a just and participatory future. Your contributions today support Cedar Lane's mission and strengthen AIM's work. Each gift, whatever the size, is an act of solidarity and sanctuary. A commitment to the beloved community that we are building, yes, still building together. The offering will now be gratefully given and received.
Will you be my refuge, my haven from the storm? Will you keep the embers warm when my fire's all but gone? Will you remember and bring me sprigs of rosemary, be my sanctuary till I can carry on? Carry on, carry on. This one knocked me to the ground. This one dropped me to my knees. I should have seen it coming, but it surprised me. Will you be my refuge, my haven from the storm? Will you keep the embers warm when my fire's all but gone? Will you remember and bring sprigs of rosemary, be my sanctuary till I can carry on, carry on, carry on. In a state of true believers, on streets called us and them, it's gonna take some time till this world feels safe again. Will you be my refuge, my haven from the storm? Will you keep the embers warm when my fire's all but gone? You remember and bring sprigs of rosemary, be my sanctuary till I can carry on, carry on, carry on. You can rest here in Brown Chapel, or with a circle of friends, or a quiet grove of trees, or between two bookends. Will you be my refuge, my haven from the storm? Will you keep the embers warm when my fire's all but gone? Will you remember and bring sprigs of rosemary, be my sanctuary till I can carry on, carry on, carry on, carry on.
Palestinian-American poet Naomi Shihab Nye writes, "A man crosses the street in rain, stepping gently, looking 2 times north and south, because his son is asleep on his shoulder. No car must splash him, no car drive too near to his shadow. This man carries the world's most sensitive cargo, but he's not marked. Nowhere does his jacket say fragile, handle with care. His ear fills up with breathing. He hears the hum of a boy's dream deep inside him. We're not going to be able to live in this world if we're not willing to do what he is doing with one another. The road will only be wide. The rain will never stop falling."
If not now, tell me when. If not now, tell me when. We may never see this moment or place in time again. If not now, tell me when. I see trouble and sorrow in this land. I see sorrow and trouble in this land. Although there will be struggle, we'll make the change we can. If not now, tell me when. If not now, tell me when. If not now, tell me when. We may never see this moment or place in time again. If not now, tell me when. I may never see the promised land. I may never see the promised land. And yet we'll take the journey and we'll walk it hand in hand. If not now, tell me when. If not now, tell me when. If not now, tell me when. We may never see this moment or place in time again. If not now, not now, tell me when. We'll work until it's done, every dawn or every sun, every soul that ever longed for something better, something brighter. And it will take a change of heart for this to mend. It will take a change of heart for this to mend. But miracles do happen every shining now and then. If not now, tell me when. If not now, tell me when. If not now, tell me when. We may never see this moment or place in time again. If not now, tell me when. But miracles do happen every shining now and then. If not now, tell me when.
Thank you, David Meredith. It is so good to have you back at Cedar Lane. We have missed you. And our Cedar Lane singers and our children's choir and Jasmine and Michael, what a blessing you offer us today. Yes, let's give it up for them. Thank you. Friends, the makerspace is ready and available for any of you, or children, youth, or adults, if you wish to engage in some creative things instead of listening to me ramble on. You are more than welcome to head over into the fellowship hall. And you're welcome to stay and hear me ramble. So, I won't hide it. I am heartbroken. I am heartbroken, I am angry, and I am afraid. And I know many of you are too. Because this week we have felt the ground shift beneath us, not in a sudden quake, but in a slow creeping rumble, leaving us on uneven terrain and the air thick with questions. You see, it's one thing to sense this might happen, to see the polls and the numbers and think, this could be where we are heading. But it's something else when it actually happens. When reality settles in like a dull toothache, a pulsing beneath the surface, that last glimmer of hope slipping away like water down a drain. And to realize this is us. This is our country. These are our neighbors. This was no accident, no conspiratory glitch in our system. This was a choice made by a majority. Not a huge one, but a majority. And now, here we are, holding the weight of that choice, its reality laid bare before us. I know many of you are here holding that weight, the sorrow of it, the ache in your bones, the anger, raw and searing, and yes, the fear. Let me tell you, that sorrow, it is holy. That anger, it is holy. And that fear you feel, real as it is, that's holy too. Because all these are a reminder of a pulse beneath the surface, telling you what you love, what you hold dear, close to your bones as if your life depends on it, what feels so deeply at risk. It means you are alive, awake, connected, that you love this world enough to ache for it, to fear for it, to rage for it. And if that's all you can hold today, then let it be enough. Let that sorrow run its course. Let your anger blaze like a fire. Let your fear flow through you like a river. Breathe. Breathe. Sometimes the weight itself is enough to hold. And still others of us are asking questions. How? Why? How could this happen? How could people see things so differently? How could they know what I know and still make that choice? If we are to go forward, we must make room for these questions. We must also remember that there is no single answer here, no one explanation that would all tie it all neatly. There are layers upon layers, complexities we must be present to and honor, painful truths that don't strip away reality. Yes, there is hatred here. Misogyny, racism, xenophobia, transphobia, homophobia, anti-Semitism, Islamophobia, festering in our culture, stoked by those who wield it for power. And there is no softening this truth that some of our neighbors will accept this, have accepted this, and some even embrace it. And for many of us, that hate feels immediate, pressing, real. So let's be clear. That hatred has no place in our community. That hate has no place in our community, and we will not be silenced. We will not yield to it. We must be resolute against hatred. And every time it shows up, we will answer with love. We will. But you see, hatred alone does not tell the full story. Yes, some hold tight to prejudice, but there are others who feel lost. They feel disconnected from something they can't even name, and they reach for a sense of stability, a life they feel is slipping away from them. Many are feeling left out, left behind, especially in rural areas. There's the reality of disinvestment. Communities hollowed out, the erosion of connection that leaves a feeling of the ground slipping away from underneath them. And sometimes that frustration turns to blame. Yes, but more often it's simply a need to belong, to feel seen, to feel valued. And this need runs deep, especially among young working-class men from all backgrounds. It is real and valid, born from loneliness, from the experience of feeling forgotten, and we need to name all these factors. It's not just one thing. Each issue calls for different responses, different roles for us to step into. And this congregation, this community, has a role to play. I and you have influence, power here. We're not just passive observers. And liberals and progressives must take more seriously the economic struggles faced by the poor and working class communities. We must focus on economic justice, on everyday finances, on how damn hard it is just to get by. Some of you live this reality every day. You know it in your bones. Some of us remember what it felt like, and some of us don't have a clue. Reverend William Barber reminds us of what's often ignored, that poverty is one of the leading causes of death in the wealthiest nation of this world. He argues that poverty in America is too often labeled a black issue, ignoring the millions of poor white Americans too. We need to heed his words. Poverty is not a race issue alone, it's a justice issue, a moral issue. And we must listen and ensure that the voices of the poor and low income are heard. We must. And we must fight for policies that serve them, even if they voted differently. The work toward a more just, equitable society is our work to do. And this is our responsibility, and we cannot turn away. Because if we are going to move forward, we need to recognize all of this, to see it clearly, to meet it with understanding, not judgment. And so we breathe. We gather our strength, our resolve. We meet our anger, our sorrow, our fear with the quiet knowledge that we are not alone, that we are held by a community of love and resilience, and that we are here to create a world where all people belong. In her poem Shoulders, Naomi Shihab Nye gives us an image of a father crossing a rainy street with his child asleep on his shoulder, looking carefully in both directions. He carries his son with gentle attention, aware of the vulnerability he holds, mindful of every step. Nye reminds us that we are only going to make it in this world if we learn to carry each other this way, with tenderness, with care, conscious of each other's needs and safety. And activist Bell Hooks reminds us to love well is the task in all meaningful relationships. Unnecessary and unchosen suffering wounds us, but needs, and they don't need to scar us for life. This task of loving, it doesn't mean loving only those who love us back the way we want them to. Loving means staying close when it's messy, when words don't come easily, when connections fray. And to love well isn't a retreat from suffering, it is a balm for it. And maybe that's what we need to learn. Not how to avoid the pain, but how to live, to love, to hold each other through it all. And this is the work before us. This is our call. To be a sanctuary, as Carrie Newcomer reminded us. A place where hope's embers stay warm, where each of us weary can find resilience. Timothy Snyder, a scholar of tyranny, issues a warning that is good to hold. The first rule of fighting tyranny is do not comply in advance. Do not comply in advance. So while we will be there with one another and care for one another, be present to each other as a sanctuary and a refuge, we will also not comply with hatred, with fear, with despair. We will love fiercely. We will love joyously. A love that laughs in the face of cynicism, that holds fast. We will do that together. You know, in the Lord of the Rings trilogy, Frodo says, "I wish it need not have happened in my time." And Gandalf replies, "So do I, and so do all who live to see such times, but that is not for them to decide. All we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given us." So friends, this is our time. It is not what we wanted, not what we hoped for, but it is what we have been given, and we must decide how we will use it. And I hope we will use it well. That I hope we will create sanctuary, not just in our buildings, but in our lives, in our interactions, in the ways we show up for each other. Let us hold the line against hatred, against fear, against despair, and let us not let the weight of this world snuff out our joy. That joy is an act of resistance, a reminder that love is still here, still worth every ounce of our energy, because the path forward is not going to be easy, but it is ours to journey together. So as we go forth, let us refuse to comply with hatred and despair. Let us carry each other gently, aware of each other's fragility, each other's worth. And let us plant seeds of beauty, act with kindness, resist, and rebuild. This is the world we are building. And may we build it one love at a time. And let that love guide us through every fear, through every uncertain hour, through the hardest night. May it be so. Amen. Let us now rise and sing Love
Love will guide us, peace has tried us, hope inside us will lead the way on the road from greed to giving. Love will guide us through the hard times. If you cannot sing like angels, if you cannot speak before thousands, you can give from deep within you. You can change the world with your love. Love will guide us, peace has guide us, hope inside us will lead the way on the road from greed to giving. Love will guide us through the hard times. Love will guide us, peace has tried us, hope inside us will lead the way on the road from greed to giving. Love will guide us through the dark night.
So I can't save the world, can't save even myself, can't wrap my arms around every frightened child, can't foster peace among nations, can't bring love to all who feel unlovable. So I practice opening my heart right here in this room and being gentle with my insufficiency. I practice walking down the street heart first, and if it is insufficient to share love, I will practice loving anyway. I want to converse about truth, about trust. I want to invite compassion into every interaction. One willing heart can't stop a war. One willing heart can't feed all the hungry. And sometimes, daunted by a task too big, I tell myself, what's the use of trying? But today, the invitation is clear: to be ridiculously courageous in love, to open the heart like a lilac in May, knowing freeze is possible and opening anyway, to take love seriously, to give love wildly, to race up to the world as if I were a puppy, adoring and unjaded, stumbling on my own exuberance, to feel the shock of indifference, of anger, of cruelty, of fear, and still stay open, to love as if it matters, as if the world depends on it, as if our lives depend on it, for they do. Amen. Amen. Please be seated for just a moment. After our service, which is right now, you have to figure these things out when you script them, you know? I say it and then I go, what? We're going to take a short break, grab some coffee, tea, or other refreshments, and then we're going to join in small group conversations. Most of us will gather here in the sanctuary as a time to connect and share and engage more deeply with one another. And these are open conversations. And we all bring multiple identities. And if any of you feel moved or called to join a particular group, we have special groups, a BIPOC affinity group, an LGBTQ affinity group, a women-identified affinity group, federal workers and contractors affinity group. It is, folks. We have to be aware of who we are as a community and create spaces of caring and support for one another. And then also the multi-generational makerspace is ongoing in the fellowship hall. And we will continue to provide childcare for children under 5 in the nursery. So we invite you to bring your full selves back into these spaces, form small groups here, in the library, downstairs, and let us engage with one another. Go in peace and return in love.